Ghost Riders in the Sky, which you need to see. I listen to Chicken Riders in the Sky.
Yes.
And a link to that also is in the. And introduce yourself and tell us what you've been up to.
Sure. My name is Miguel Gonzalez. Vicente's son. I actually live in the UK. Currently working as a data scientist. Just finished a year ago a PhD in complex system simulation, computer simulations. And yeah, I'm just visiting for Christmas. Just coming here to see what this robot is about.
Good. And our visitor from California?
Yeah, I'm the California representative here. My name's Art Elsey, and I come out here 2 or 3 times a year to
give us crap. I mean, visit.
Yeah, actually, you have no idea. Okay. But anyway, I'm here for a month, and I'll be back at the end of the school year in the end of May, and so forth and so on.
Vicente, I like all kind of stuff related to robots.
Yeah.
I hate this guy specifically.
He really does sometimes.
Have you sold one of your storage areas yet?
I'm trying. I'm working on it. I'm Leroy. I'm
Vice President.
I'm the Vice President. I do stuff. That's my stuff right there. We'll do more stuff with that later. Your turn.
James, interested in robots and stuff like that, IoT, whatever.
Okay.
Barry, came out to bug everybody and hang out. Have a good time. I haven't done too much this week. Been Christmas and rebuilding machines. Fun times.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough week, Steve. Okay. That's enough said.
I got laundry done.
Homeless.
I'm Mike. I like Leroy, and I like everybody here. I like the king, the royal.
And Gail, I'm just here to learn something a little different from work.
Okay. Anybody have anything interesting they ran into this week?
Nothing this week. This week it was Christmas, so
Yeah.
other than doing this, I didn't do anything.
Cool.
This actually was a 1-day project, actually.
Wow. Well, that
That
printing,
kind of
those
3D
printing of the
printing.
light blue boards there.
That was a 1-day.
Oh, really?
One day 3D printing.
Yeah, the code more or less wrote itself because I've already wrote the code dozens of times. So it was a 1-day job.
What was the elapsed time on the 3D printing?
The big print was, I think it was 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The small, everything else. This took like 7 hours. This one may have taken like 7 hours. I forget what this one was. But all the other ones were pretty fast, like an hour or so. These little mounts, they were 20 minutes, 25 minutes. There's nothing to those.
What program do you use for 3D design?
I used. Oh, look, more people. Hi, people.
Greetings.
Chair there. Chair there.
What's the one that?
Is what one in the web? Or
Yeah, it's one on the
Onshape?
web. It's one that
Onshape?
Thingiverse sponsors, or they're sponsored by Thingiverse or something. It used to be 123 something or other.
Okay.
Adobe's taken them or whatever. It used to be like 123 Design or something.
So we did
It's
have
not a very good. It works. It's not a very good.
we did have a couple of things in the newsletter. The link to the glitter bomb thing if you haven't seen that. And then Ghost Chickens in the Sky, another favorite. You need to listen to that one too.
Yeah.
We just had a couple of people walk in.
Yeah.
3 people actually, this guy and then these 2.
Oh, we got any new sign-ups? I think you guys are signed up. You guys signed up?
He's
No?
been here before, but
We need to get you signed up.
We were-
These are 3 mics. Your mic.
What's the
That's 3 mics
new
right here.
Oh,
microphone?
no.
Did you what?
You've been
What's the
busy
new
again.
microphone?
Sit down by the mic.
Um,
Microphone.
Mike's by the mic.
Steve.
Yeah, I knew that. It's been one of those weeks. Tell Art about the mic. That came from
What's
Steve.
it's a Snowball. I think they're supposed to be really good. I've got one I like that is amazingly sensitive. I don't know if this one meets that or not.
It actually seems to work better now
Okay.
when it's pointed. When it's actually pointed
In the
straight.
general direction.
Yeah. It's sort
It
of.
looks like a snowball.
It's sort of omnidirectional, sort of. It'll pick the stuff up on the backside, but not well.
So it's good for conferences and that sort of thing?
There's
No, conferences you need omnidirectional. Usually conference mics have 3 or 4 elements in a circle.
Like a polyphone kind of
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
yeah, so that's why it's sitting this way, pointed that way, trying to get better. But there's a switch on the back. It's got 3 different settings. I don't remember what they were, but one of them was conference, and so it said on the one that should work best.
This is USB?
Yeah.
It's plug and play on just about anything, including a Raspberry Pi.
Thank you.
Okay, Leroy, you ready to start? Oh yeah, we ain't gonna run for you.
I'm gonna sit in the balcony.
Yeah.
Wow. I was not really expecting this many people to come and see this thing.
It's time to hide.
It's time to hide.
On the meeting notes.
Oh, okay.
This is what happens when the topic makes it to meetup.
Maybe it didn't.
Yeah.
It's last week we played around a little bit with just this LiDAR, basically electronic tape measure kind of deal. It was supposed to be I didn't bring the data sheet. I was not expecting this. It was supposed to be 100 meters, and at best it's 10 meters. But I said that I thought I could put it on a robot and replace the ultrasonic sensor for distance kind of deal. And that's pretty much what I've done. I've got the code. What I ended up doing was, I'll pass this around before we play with it. There's two Arduino Nanos on there. One of them's just handling the information from the LiDAR and passing that over to the second one, which is just controlling the motors.
And I probably need to review some of the stuff. It was serial,
The-
TTL serial.
The LiDAR's TTL serial. I'm using I2C to talk to between the two nanos. And I probably could actually have gotten rid of one of the nanos because it actually worked a little faster than I thought it would. So everybody can look at that first, and then we'll play with it.
And that one originally was supposed to do 100 meters, but it doesn't do 100 meters.
It's not even close to 100 meters. It's
Yeah.
at best, the best I've gotten so far is about 30 meters, or about 10 meters.
So it's got a laser on it, and it's bringing the view in of the laser and calculating the time it takes to get back to the sensor.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds about right for a Chinese person.
Supposedly you need a wide surface
By 1 decimal
to
point.
reach this distance.
Do what?
You need a wide
10,
surface
100, it's all the
to
same.
reach fiber.
A vacuum.
We tried it on all kinds of surfaces, outside, inside.
That's like
We tried it all over the place.
terabyte
Could not
SD
get it
cards
to.
or, you know, gigabit.
We did. Last week I tried shooting it across the thing. I shot it at Mike. We went outside. We shot it against license plate reflector.
Now you can't, I assume you can't go through the glass here though, right?
No, it won't go through the glass. It'll actually give you an error if it
Getting a false read.
yeah. And that's part of the problem with it is, like when Mike was across the library and it did not read well, but it said that he was like 1 meter away, which he was a good, I don't know, 50 meters away.
Well, it wouldn't have been 50 meters, more like 30 feet.
You were further than that.
What could be?
You were
It
almost
wouldn't
on
be
the other
very
side of the
much.
building. That's pretty far. 30 feet. 30 feet's like this room.
So this took about 7 hours right here.
I really don't remember. I had to print that twice because the first one I printed was way too big, and then when I shrunk it just a little too small.
It's actually about 23 feet.
Yeah, when we shot it, it was like 22 and some change.
As I said, these tiles are 24
Yeah.
inch.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was leaning against this back wall, and we shot that wall, and it was 22 and some change.
I saw this. I knew Vicente would go crazy with all his fine printing work there. There's the lens that's coming back in the laser. Just point out there.
I had to print the case. I designed that case, and it's not quite right.
What's the laser wavelength?
It is red. So that's 630,
685.
685. Nano thingies.
It's not actually, it is actually a laser, not an LED.
Correct. It's one of those you know, those red dot laser pointer.
Yeah.
That's what that laser is.
You can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. Well, you can see it if we
Turn on.
took it out and flipped it over. You can see it. It's right there. There's plenty of people here, so hopefully it won't fly off the table. Woo!
Did you figure out how long it takes to do a sample?
Not scientific.
Okay.
I just sort of kept playing with it until it. The biggest problem is I think I've got the laser mounted in the wrong spot. I think it needs to be mounted on the top plate because see, it sort of points down. That is also a problem with the mount I made because it's a little too small. So, like I said, this was supposed to do like obstacle avoidance. If it senses more than 90 inches away, it's going to run at full speed. If it's under 24 inches away, it'll run at half speed, and under 8 inches away, it should stop and turn and go somewhere else. So I don't think we're going to get over 90. We should get the half speed anyway. If the batteries are good, let's go.
Coffee's off the table.
Oh, yeah, lots of coffee.
Please put a hand on your coffee.
Right.
See, it's still pointing down. Let's see if we can get it to point up a little bit.
Even down that, not bad.
It's not doing good readings. It's not getting good readings.
If you collecting the
I've never seen that.
See your arm. Sort of.
You kind of use this.
Maybe you
Sure.
need something with higher reflectivity.
Oh, it's gonna go a specific distance, that's what it does. It goes a specific distance.
That's the way.
I think you need something light.
It has no idea what's behind it.
Yeah.
This works as well as those automatic sinks in the restaurant. Yes. Nothing.
What's behind is fine. It doesn't care what's that direction.
It comes on.
Yeah. I was gonna say, set to keep it certain. Or you just send it out the door here and see where it ends up in an hour.
That's moving like
Yes,
crazy.
send it over to the children's library and see how it fares.
When you hold it, it was the moving.
Yeah, see, I think it's still seen.
The floor, maybe it's not pointed out.
I don't want to point it. See, I think it's still seeing.
It moves pretty darn fast.
Could make an interesting.
But see how it's hitting the table.
Yeah.
So I think it's still.
Aiming up and down.
Why are you backing up so much?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely picking up the table. But when it comes in obliquely like that, I'm not
Can
sure
you
it.
turn
It's
the
in the table
sensor
right
upside
now.
down?
Well, that's
That'll
what I was
take it
trying to
down.
do. Stop!
I think it's,
Maintenance while it's off.
there you go.
This is not a cricket.
Has something
Yeah,
swirling
chasing
around.
around.
It's like a,
Just so this is like,
keep busy, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Home in on Mike.
Necessities of money in addition.
I'd say you got it, man. Thank you. Okay, it saw your hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it needs a.
And it'll stop. It should stop before it gets there.
This is trying to.
It should back up before it actually hits your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it needed.
But it can't. It's what I don't think it's being far enough to know that it's alright to go forward.
So it is actually turning too, so it's supposed to. It just doesn't turn enough.
Gotta let it go for a minute.
So how many, what angle is it supposed to turn when it,
Yeah, no, it's don't work.
Forward.
It's gonna continue turning. Let's leave it right there.
It
It'll continue turning to the right. It's slowly turning to the
I
right.
actually wanted it to be
yeah.
kind of slow at turning, so it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do.
so each increment is what, like 15 degrees or something like that?
You know, again, I didn't really measure it. I just wanted it to kind of be slow.
Just like it.
Okay, there you go. Now it should pick that up, maybe. There we go. It'll stop. It'll stop.
Well, no, I was trying to
Get it to go further.
get it to go. Yeah. It's like it can only see
Got it, there you go.
like 3
Right
feet
on the
or
wall.
something, and it's.
They figured out that was way too close, though, and backed up.
We could hang some mirrors on the
sitting right here.
So it still needs some work.
It's got, yeah, it's got the color.
You don't like dark color or too bright color surfaces.
It
It likes very much of this tone, you know.
They just say the cat would be going wild.
Scared.
So that's what I ought to
It
do.
likes the lighter color than the.
So what I ought to do is put it where the cats are and see.
Yeah, it takes the cats around.
Bring the cat
Because of the darker color is absorbing too much of the red or something.
Are you rotating when you go back
Yeah,
a little bit? Or?
a little, just
Like your hand.
just a
Your
little.
hand
It's
great.
Make it more drastic.
Where is it? Oh, that's the wrong.
It's hitting Pepsi.
So right there.
Looks like you got some kind of craft.
So I probably just need to extend the delay out.
It's too close, it knows to get the heck out of there.
What I'm going to do is running
Just watch it because I don't want it to hit anybody's eye.
clockwise mean
Clockwise will make it go backwards.
between 60 and 200. Is
Pulse width modulation for the motors.
for each one, for
For
each
each
side,
motor, yeah.
60 to 100.
Yep. So
You need to change the relationship to two faster.
Looks like it needs to be within a couple.
Right in here.
No, it's
Right
already
in
go
the middle.
forward.
so that clockwise makes it go backwards,
Left and right.
pin
yeah.
or something.
and counterclockwise makes it go forward. And you don't need to change the relationship, but for backwards you need to change the relationship.
And you are doing it by half a second, right?
Yeah, I probably could extend that, or actually make it, because all I'm doing is turning, the motors on. I probably could just turn them on and make it actually spin in place from one motor, make it go backwards and one motor go forwards.
Yeah, your shirt is just too much for it.
Yeah. The force.
See, it's getting 4 different commands from the Arduino that's reading the LiDAR, and it always defaults to stop, which is probably why it stops as much as it stops. Because if it doesn't know what to do, I just have it.
That's the safer option.
It's not the fun option though.
No,
Yeah,
but you're
no,
still
running
in the
off the
wall is the
table.
fun option.
But there's several cases, like if it checks in both codes, the
Likes the red shirt.
the other code,
And it likes the wall.
it'll also check, and if there's an error condition or whatever, it'll send a stop command. So both codes sort of default to a stop condition, which I guess they call fail-safe.
That's funny, it likes the paint on the wall.
It's doing what I want it to do. Now I just need to refine it a bit.
Why do you think the stimulus doesn't go as far as they say it should go?
I think it was a misprint.
Okay. That's dramatically different.
We're the ones that don't work as 100-meter tape measures. They take apart and saw the guts.
Yeah,
that
it's
could
still
be.
a 100-meter tape measure, but it failed tests or whatever.
Well, when you stop, you check,
Get my hand now.
check the distance and run a little bit,
Take
then
it
check
off,
again.
Make it go further.
The other code
It's not
that
continuous.
Get it ahead.
it's semi-continuous.
You
Right.
run,
I do have.
you run forward for half a
Doesn't
second,
like
for
black
example,
as well
and
as
then
likes his hand.
check for the
Likes
distance.
the wall.
Right.
When you have a new distance, you continue half a second. And
Well,
That means everybody at the end of this table, by the way. when I
this
say
is
mine.
the code that's
My
checking the
point.
LiDAR, and I have a little bit of a delay there. When I lowered that, it did not seem to work as well. When I raised it, it seemed to do this.
Stinking.
Now, if you just pick it up and point it like at the wall, it will act like it's running continuously.
you saw the messages in the serial terminal.
Yeah, it just keeps
How
moving.
fast are the distances?
They come in pretty fast.
Just keeps moving.
Several per second.
Yeah.
Oh, those cabinets are kind of reflective, maybe in brown.
Okay, it's got a wall now. It likes that olive color.
So, I think it's just not reading it quite as well as it could.
Likes the wall, you're right.
Likes that olive color.
It's that flat surface.
I got the, your Pepsi bottle.
Reflecting back to that surface.
Because when it actually does a good reading, it works pretty well.
Go away.
We need to get one of those for Mimi. He's bugging the crap out of us. Mimi's cat.
Might want to armor it a little more.
Drag her away from us, yeah.
Not gonna last long. The cat starts chewing the wires.
No. The cat will win.
He doesn't have any teeth, so.
See, I think there's some jiggle in it, right? So it's not reading it when it's moving. It doesn't read it quite as well or something, maybe.
The
When it's
vibration
sitting
maybe.
still, it does
Cause
pretty good.
the signal pickup. Yeah, that's why.
It could, it's a bigger surface, it's a laser, you'd think it wouldn't matter that much.
If it's measuring return, the send and return time, it's got to be extremely short period of time. So whatever vibration we have in the wheels of that would be immaterial compared to that. You get
It's probably vibration sensitive, because they're probably using phases, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. You're probably getting inconsistent errors.
It's a phase shift,
That's what we were talking about before, whether it's phase shift or whether it's pulse timing.
yeah.
I'm doubtful that it's phase shift. I mean, you simply don't have enough room to get very many wavelengths in the side to side of it. I'm thinking it's probably pulse timing.
And I've got it. It's set. It's set right now for the fastest mode that it possibly could do. That's why it was beeping so much. Beep 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 beep.
Then you get harmonics and all that kind of stuff in there. I'm sure it's harmonic rich, so who knows?
How long does it take before that beeping makes the cat just disappear?
Yeah. We actually need hissing.
Well, I think
The fart bomb would probably do it too.
I think
Rid
for
everybody, we don't have anything ordered.
I think for revision 2, I'm going to reprint this and try to get it the right size. Probably put mounts in it so I could actually physically mount it to it, and then move it from down there to up here so it's a little.
Well, what's the thing on top? Is that just your motor driver?
That's the motor driver, yeah. Yeah.
Well, they could go down on the lower deck easily.
Yes. They
They get pretty hot, that heat thing?
No,
Same?
no.
the
This is for
the,
3
the
hours
only
or
reason
something.
the only reason why the motor driver's up there is because this thing took up so much real estate. But now that
So you could swap them. really
I
easy.
could.
Yeah.
I could easily change them. And I thought about doing that after I did it, and I'm like, nah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because it looks funny with the motor driver up there. But I don't know. I guess as a proof of concept, it works.
Well, yeah. Definitely does.
I like this little chassis. That's a neat little chassis. I found that chassis on eBay for like $5 or like regular $30.
What about to put the laser in a servo? Just to check what's the best way, maybe to go between glasses or something, just to check the position and then move forward. You know, instead of using a single point, because you can have a single point through a lot of stuff.
I think that NITO radar or LiDAR that I've got
Yeah, the other
would
one,
be better.
spin,
The one that
of
spins
course.
would be better for that than
Yeah,
this. This thing seems awful picky about movement. I mean, you just hold it wrong and it kind of gets wiggy. But I'm going to clean up the code a little bit. This is on my private repository. I'll publish the code, but there's a lot of stuff in there that you don't need. It's left over from the original code.
The message, the serial message is complicated, or it's a simple string of
The serial message is a string, character string, and then you have to convert that to a character array, and then you can convert it to
an integer
floats or
float up.
that is all done right in here. So all that little bit of code, that was one reason why I offloaded it to a second Arduino, but I'm not real sure that I actually needed to offload it to a second Arduino or not. Yeah, I'm not real sure that I really needed to do that. That was one reason why I did
It's only
it.
9,600 baud, right?
That's 19,200.
19,200, yeah, it's not.
And I set it. The one from last week I was using the hardware serial port. This one I set up a software serial port. It doesn't seem like it has any problem with it. So, but I may eliminate one of the Arduinos too, because I'm just not sure that it's really needed, and it may just be taking up extra whatever. Probably taking extra power more than anything else.
How long will this thing run on battery charge?
I don't know. I haven't ran it for very long. I'm using 3 18650s on it. They were fully charged 2 days ago.
So that does the motor and electronics and everything.
Yep.
Does the laser suck much in the way of power at all?
Do what?
Does the laser take much power at all?
It's less than 10 milliwatts.
No, I think
No, but that's out. I'm
Yeah.
talking about in.
you have a nano there. What Arduino? What kind of
Nano.
Nano.
Yeah. Two nanos. The motor driver. I think the motor driver
Two
probably
nanos.
was
What for? Two nanos.
2 nanos. Yeah, I know. I overcomplicate stuff.
Oh, well, we found out what
One
18650
is
means
sleeping,
and where
and the
it's
other one is
derived
working,
from.
or what?
for the batteries, those
Yeah.
rechargeable batteries,
Well,
lithium.
I thought
leads,
because it was doing extra
they're
work,
derived from
I would
Tesla.
offload everything to a second nano,
18
but
is
I don't
18
really think I
wide and
need to.
65
Okay.
long.
Yeah.
And they were used. They use them in
That's-
the
that
Tesla.
was my
That's
thing.
No,
what
I
they
know,
call
I
it.
know, I've seen the arrays
But
physically.
Okay.
In the
After I
Tesla,
played
so-
around with it, I'm like,
Keep in mind,
it's not
They
really
made that
doing all that
new-
much
What,
extra.
They're a
what
half
is
mile from
one
my
nano
house,
is
so I-
driving the
and I have,
motors,
every term I have
and
students
the other
in
one is
Tesla,
Oh, okay.
Just
so.
parsing the messages of the
So the new ones
laser.
are going to be 70. What is it?
Yeah, but
21.
See, I don't think it's doing as much work as
how
I
you
think it was.
how you communicate both?
ITC.
So it's a solid state.
I don't think they're solid state yet.
See,
It's a
this-
ne- they
this
could be. It's the
receiver
next generation
event
of
right here?
Teslas Anyway. I
Mhm.
think they've already
I
started
mean, it's
using
pretty
it. I
much
don't
the
think
same
they've gone
as
solid state yet.
No, it's
doing-
great. It's great the concept.
Yeah, it's pretty much the
You can
same
grow
as doing
right.
a serial
So they don't
Yeah, yeah.
actually
receive
risk
event. So I don't really think I'm saving anything by doing it.
fire. You can shoot it.
Well, it's okay.
Do anything to it.
I thought I was, but
It's really slick stuff.
after I sat there and played with it, I'm like, I don't know if I'm really saving anything or not doing that.
Gets rid
So I
of
think I could get rid of
fire
one of those
risk.
nanos.
degradation from recharging. So the
Yeah,
batteries last a lot
they're
longer.
saying they can control every battery in the thing.
Yeah.
The,
They control the charge current, and they monitor every battery in it.
You can buy batteries with a monitor circuit in it. They're not, and it adds $1 to the cost of the cell.
Wow.
Of course, they've got 4,000 cells in there or something like that. Many.
It's a bunch. They got 3 different banks of them.
I was watching a thing on batteries the other day. I was really kind of surprised how different it is every day. I don't know whether they're clearing them for commercial use.
What
but
I
imagine
actually
Tesla
impressed
being one of the
myself
first
with-
ones doing
What?
it.
I impressed
They're
myself.
showing,
I picked the right pins the first time around
part of
for the motor
Wow.
driver.
breakdown
Yeah.
from the batteries is because of what they use for separator material.
I didn't need to change any of
Lithium
that. I'm
stuff will break
cool.
across them eventually. And they're using
This
like a
this
poly
chassis
resin
is
now, packed for like the
4
military.
wheels?
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, like they sat there and took like a 9mm and
It's-
put like 9 rounds through it.
It's set up
back
like a
there and
2-wheel
heat it
drive
up.
though.
And it still functioned with like 98% of the power coming off of it, even with the 9 bullet holes through it. So it's like, well, that'll be
And
eaten by the military for a while. but-
motors are moving in parallel with the same driver.
Well,
I've-
ultimately,
I,
when
uh,
you're using that many,
Here,
Yeah.
cost
this
is
table,
is
the
key
4-wheel
drivers.
drives
Oh, yeah.
or the
Well,
4
that's
wheels
the thing
seem
too,
to work a
that's-
whole lot better than the 2-wheel
At what
ones ever
point, you
did.
know, you
You
trade
know,
off
you know from my experience.
Yeah.
longevity and risk
So I
of
ju-
fire. is
every
what
time I
it
want to do
versus-
something down here, I'll bring a 4-wheel.
4
one.
wheels
Yeah.
would be better.
Well, they need to be individually charged.
Yeah.
So lead acid batteries, as they get closer to being charged, their resistance goes up. The lithium
It
column
was easy to remove this
they
print
more and more
but
charge,
work
the more
after
charge
all.
they got.
Ju-
You're
Just
talking about
your,
lithium ion or lithium
your
polymer?
surface bend
Both.
or
Lithium
you
and
use a spatula or
A
something.
spatula.
because of the
I put
the
I
way
put some glue
lithium
down on
ions
the
interact
head,
Uh-huh.
on the base,
with the
and
stuff around them.
What problem you use? Cura.
Cura.
So in the
Cura was the one recommended for those
in
printers.
the
So.
meeting announcements, you'll
No,
see
I like it.
various
Yeah.
things that
Yeah, it's got a lot of
There was
features to
one
it.
for visiting a battery manufacturing facility in China, and all sorts of superfluous things in there. One of them is Ghost Chickens in the Sky. We need to play the new guys Ghost Chickens in the Sky.
Good too.
Ghost.
Do what?
You haven't seen that? I haven't seen Ghost Chickens.
You haven't seen Ghost Chickens? Have you seen Ghost Chickens in the
I
Sky?
saw the link, I didn't click on it because I was at work and I was supposed to be in silent mode. I was not using it to begin with.
It's in the meeting announcements, little links like that. this show is still on RFD TV. It's replays from 5-6 years ago. So we're diverse and high class in this place.
Well, that was so educational. But yeah, I now have to worry about messing with chickens and stuff.
The ghost chickens.
I ran across something the other day that you guys might have an interest in. This little mount and camera with a really nice.
Did you find that in my storage unit?
No, I found this at Home Depot for $15.
15?
How much?
15, and it has a built-in
Screen.
built-in
Color screen.
wireless, and you can connect to it with your cell phone.
What is it, a
And
GoPro?
control
It's-
the camera
Smoking.
with your cell
The
phone.
GoPro knockoff.
It's a Chinese GoPro
Yes,
fake.
it's Go Plus.
Is Plus better than a Pro?
I don't think so.
The price might be better.
The price, but I looked at that, and there's a handful of mounting attachments for top of helmet, side of helmet, bicycle, 1/4x20 tripod, everything else that comes with that.
Oops, let's run away.
$15 gone.
Only
It's
the
still
box.
working.
You forgot to kick it on.
Only the box can cost
The cell phone
15.
allows
You
you-
open the case.
How do I turn it back on again?
When you open the
Yeah,
case.
that's right.
The safety
It's-
features
it's
got
still on.
dropped, degraded.
Yeah, the cell phone allows you to take snapshots, start and stop the video, but I haven't been able to figure out how to record to the cell phone so that you can transfer the,
Mine only records to the SD card in the camera.
okay, that's the same thing. And the SD card came with it also. So I figured for $15 it was
Dad
a
Ramon.
pretty good deal.
Where was it? This is Home Depot?
Home
Which-
Depot, I'm
which-
walking down the aisle and there's a stack of them there,
Which Home Depot?
right up here at Tyler's Way.
I'm going to Home Depot.
Oh, no. You got it started now.
So I see an SD card, but you say that came with it.
Yes.
So is that replaceable?
You didn't call Mark.
Have you pulled that out and tried to read it?
Yes, I have. And I can't, it has instructions on how to format it, but I can read the directories on it, and I can pull the data off. The micro USB on the side of that
Yeah.
is for charging only. It doesn't have any data.
No data connection.
No data connection.
So how big's the SD card?
I think it's an 8.
It's not very big.
Try a different cable. Maybe that it only came with a charging cable.
I tried a couple of different ones,
Okay.
and there wasn't any reference to
You
it.
can,
Well,
you can
that
read
ex-
the files off of it though.
Yes,
Display
well,
files.
that's the only way I can get the files off of it.
Oh,
now.
okay.
You take the SD card out and use a reader to take the files off of it.
That's correct.
Okay.
Any idea what the resolution?
1080i, I think is what it says on the front of the box.
The
but
lens
what
is,
is-
the lens isn't Plano. The lens is,
It's just a clear case.
no, the lens, this is a lens.
I don't-
Maybe, but not on purpose.
Take a look at it. Look through it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lens.
There's a lens. I can see it from here.
Yeah.
But it's probably made for underwater, and is what that's all about. It probably is fine. It'll take pictures just like that too.
When it's
I'll
2
bet.
meters down, there's enough pressure, it's no longer a lens.
So $15 for both the case and the camera.
And all of the mounts.
There's a bunch of
and the
mounted,
cabling.
bunch of mounts that came with it too. Yeah.
And the way they were able to do that is they conserved money on ink, and they printed stuff so fine. I had to put glasses on top of my glasses in order to read it.
This
That's-
is,
That's what
this
that
is the
lens is
fine
for.
print right there.
Does it have motion detect on it?
That
Yes,
is,
it does. There's about 15 different settings on there that you can turn on, turn off, but that's only through the camera itself, not through the remote. The remote application looks like you can start video, stop video, and take stills, and that's
The
about it.
remote runs on Windows only, or?
No, the remote runs on Android.
Oh, okay.
But not on iOS.
Well, it's because they can't tap into the iOS to send data to China.
ooh, I just took a picture of my phone.
So do you know
Once
if
it's
it
paired.
can overwrite itself, so you can use it like a car cam?
It does have a setting for that. You can set the loop time.
Well, how much will the SD hold though? I mean, is it a 15-minute loop or?
8 gigs would be about 8 hours.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I haven't run it up to get a hold of that yet, so I really don't.
This is 1080 or 8 or 7?
Look on the front of the box. It says
720.
10. I believe it says
1080, yeah. 1080p.
1080p.
1080p is
Infrared?
probably 4 hours.
Probably no infrared.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Probably doesn't compress it.
I paid $38 for mine from
Oh, no, wait, that's usually a movie.
it was Menards.
Okay.
It's 4K. They were doing
Gig
some
and
funky compression to get it to 4K, but it never worked. The app for it never worked right ever. It works fine. It's just a camera.
They're starting to sell little cubes now. You see them advertised on TV for
Well,
like
15
10 or
bucks.
12 bucks.
That's a pretty good
that
buck.
are 1080 supposedly,
Yeah.
and it will record for 1 or 2 hours, and it looks okay for what it is.
It's not powering on.
You gotta hold the button.
Oh.
The button on the side, the top button on the side, flips it into Wi-Fi mode. And I don't know why, but the distance is really minimal unless I plug that in for additional power. Because like I can't see it here.
Oh, you mean for the...
Well, he had it turned off for
Or
a
the
second.
Wi-Fi?
Well, that
That probably
might be
has.
Somebody turned it off, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It was me. I turned it off.
Because you took the SD card out.
I did take the SD card.
And it was an 8, correct?
It is an 8.
Yeah, we need to for that to be
30 frames.
Hey Leroy, bring it up on YouTube. You find it?
No.
Go Plus Cam demo.
No.
What's the brand?
Go Plus.
Go Plus, one word, Cam.
Nope.
Be careful with
Count app.
cam.
Nope.
You find it?
There's a demo on there.
Nope.
Yep.
I was talking about looking up a
Polaroid.
YouTube video.
Oh.
Oh, that's what.
You have to move the switch to the side.
What were you thinking?
I.
Nope. Oh, we had an epiphany after about
What
2
word?
minutes.
Cam. There we go, first one, yeah.
I don't hear anybody. Is this guy supposed to be talking?
I don't know. I don't know if he was talking.
I may not want him to talk, actually.
Turn my sound all the way down.
Is that the same one? It's not the same one, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like it.
They're all pretty much.
Yeah.
All these are pretty much the same generic camera. Wi-Fi. Oh, look, he's even.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's why he's not speaking.
It's on the English.org. Oh, that's Chinese, not Japanese.
No, English.org has many Asian languages.
Okay. Steve told us about English.org last week.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Have we got a minutia competitor here? He's our minutia.
Yeah, I'm the minutia expert.
I'll let you know plus.
That's got different software than mine does too.
Wow.
1080.
15 bucks.
That's what I was saying, I'm gonna plug in that auxiliary battery for it.
Really?
Yeah.
For the Wi-Fi, strength.
It has to be juiced up.
I think there were two places.
This one has a bigger screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is
It's not the same one.
it's not the same model.
This is the upgrade.
He's downloaded it.
Is it a slightly different one?
Yes.
Pretty much looks.
Looks similar.
It probably functions similar.
Use the cable for the antenna.
That video was actually published in 2015. The one that we're watching.
Okay, you connected.
So that's the old.
That's probably not what we're
Well, this does say 2.0 on the front.
Well, there you go.
2.0 inch.
Anyway, I thought for $15 it was pretty interesting that you could sell manufactured ship.
case. That's
Well, there.
Well, it's probably a clearance price, isn't it?
I don't know.
Doubt it.
I didn't really pay that much attention once I saw what
They
it
had
was.
him,
Or-
did they have
or-
him sit
or
down
it's
on
a
the
loss
aisle,
leader.
or-
They had them in a big bin in the
There
middle.
for Christmas.
This was
And they're
5
It-
days ago. There must have been 25.
It's
of
worth
them.
$15 just for the mounts.
what store was that, Mike?
It was
Yeah,
Home
that's
Depot,
over
here.
West
Like Collinsville.
Collinsville Road near the hospital.
Home Depot. It's worth $15 just for the mounts, really.
I'm thinking this is a spherical
It's
aberrations
recording.
in the plastic,
I'm
and
seeing
the
Barry's
size
arm.
of the lens is such that it wouldn't.
There's probably
affect
an
it in the
adjustment
middle.
for underwater maybe, or?
Yeah, it's supposed to be good to 6 meters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
And you
good
do
to
have a
6 meters.
I was gonna
description
say,
when you go
neither
underwater.
one.
If you notice that when you go underwater with your eyes, everything's fuzzy, and some people have glasses built into their goggles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jigs here from Jigs Tech Reviews.
So that's closer to like the one I got for like $38. See, they look the same though. Except mine says 4K instead of 1080p.
It's probably all of those are a similar chipset, you know.
Well, they are. They're doing something funky to compress it to 4K to make it actually appear to be 4K, but in reality, it's not even close.
Can you tell any difference between 4K and HD?
If I
On a
switch to
small
the
screen.
1080p mode and the 4K mode, there's a minor.
Especially on a small screen, we would think.
Well, I don't have anything that can do 4K anyway, but you can see a little bit of a difference. The file size is different. I know it takes more space to do 4K.
Is it true your eye can't distinguish after 4K?
I don't know.
Depends on who you are.
Yeah, that depends on the distance and aperture and so forth and so on.
Flashlight.
Test remember.
This is better
We
than
saw no
this
difference at
stuff.
all.
I thought they were
Oh, who's over there? Okay.
Yeah,
He ran
I'm
off.
not surprised
Well, I
that
looked
they
over
might-
here and I.
Yours, right?
You got a 650 battery.
Oh, he's powered in there.
But that was bizarre.
Did you see it? Okay.
I saw it too.
I'll put it back in my pocket.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then you'll have lots of footage for you inside of your pocket.
I don't think I'm.
It's having problems now.
No, it's not gonna work on that block to absorb it.
You know, yeah, it's gotta have something wider color.
Pero hoy de mañana voy a
Chad, batteries are starting to give out on it too.
I'll launch it if you.
All of my 18650 batteries, my original batch,
I saw.
I got
bought a new batch.
I got a few of them to charge the other day, but they don't last very long.
What's this?
The 18650s. Some of my original 18650s just they're not working right anymore.
I got a newer batch with didn't have they got over voltage protection but not sophisticated. It's just a breaker basically, and the head of it, the button type has a little breaker disconnect basically. They tend to go bad. The other ones were more sophisticated than that.
Yeah.
But they lasted a couple of 3 years, and all of them eventually went.
I think my batteries are getting weak. Look at it. It's just trying to chug along now. It was going so fast.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It's just bouncing back and forth.
like certain people parallel parking.
Except it doesn't run into stuff.
Yeah, that's true. If you fill that in, it would be a self-parking eventually.
You didn't really get to see that. That's why I turned it back on.
18650 battery.
That's just a flashlight with a USB charger or a USB port on the bottom.
What kind of battery, you don't know?
I have no idea.
The workman.
You're gonna see the
back
back
of it.
Not enough time.
Oh, it likes that wall, doesn't it?
Yeah. That green paint must reflect red really well.
Beep, 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 beep.
The contrast needs to find the dot with the background.
Oh.
Now we need a missile that follows the red dot. Or I mean, drone that follows the red dot.
It really is. $15.
I know where I'm going tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
The whole group will walk into Home Depot at one time. We all want the camera.
Sold out, sorry.
All right, that's three
That
more on
guy
the
over
way
there
home.
picked up the
That's
last
right.
one.
Get him.
It sounds like a mad world.
Maybe.
The big W, for the big W. Yeah, turn around. It's right there.
Batteries in the bottom here someplace?
I had not, yes, the batteries are, and I haven't opened it to see what kind of batteries are in there.
So he's got 2 items he hasn't broken open yet.
Well, there's at least 2 that I haven't broken open.
Got a pocket knife.
Yeah, you need a pry thing.
Yeah, my fingernails aren't strong enough to do that.
I was gonna say, yeah, probably mine aren't either, but I'm not interested in finding out. It's
Well, you make
interesting,
that
you can
choice.
see the side illumination you can see the side illumination on the screen.
Oh, someone else is doing the surgery, not the owner.
Subcontracting.
Ah, okay.
It's a little square battery.
That's not gonna work.
Little plasma cutter.
That'll get it open.
Once.
Oh. You hadn't specified.
It was only $15. I mean, come on. One time. Good to go.
There is the
These are
corkscrew
too
on
thick
there.
to go in the slot.
Hmm?
I think these are too thick to go in the slot.
Probably like soldering your dental tool.
Yes. Oh, what's that? There it is. All right, I took the first step. You guys take the next step because it's not any kind of battery I recognize.
We don't know
It's
you.
it's a little square battery.
I was gonna say it's
That's kind of cool. It's got a plug in first. Oh,
Is this
okay.
when someone says that was interesting?
Oh, it wasn't supposed to come out of there.
Oh, it was the other side.
Turn it up.
Maybe they got a new model.
Hold
If you
on.
pull on that
Hold
little
on.
strap, that will probably pop it out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a.
It's smarter than we are, obviously. Oh, there you go. I've seen that battery type before. Where have we seen that?
In these cheap Chinese cameras.
Yeah, it's the small version of a Canon battery.
Oh, that's the.
What's it say? What's the
500
voltage?
What's the power?
Yeah.
What's the
100
voltage?
milliamps, 3.3 watt hours,
Yeah.
3.7 volts.
Oh, so it's a lithium.
Yeah.
Is there HDMI slot on the side of there? On the side of that bar?
HDMI.
No.
USB.
There's a
Just
micro
USB.
SD
Just
slot.
USB.
Okay, that must be a clearance model.
This is in Home Depot. This one has the HDMI also.
And it's $60.
60, okay.
60.
Yeah,
That's
60,
right.
yeah.
15 sounds better.
Yeah.
Which is not quite in the toy range.
Yeah, exactly.
$15.
Yeah.
$15 when you can pry the battery out. No problem.
It says 4.0 on the front of it. No, just kidding.
That's amazing. The battery is,
The battery is half the size of the camera.
or a little more. It's pretty high.
I bet it doesn't stay on for 8 hours.
The one that I've got lasts maybe 2 hours, and that's if I'm not using it.
Steve, is this yours or whose?
If I'm actually using it for something, I might be lucky to get an hour out of it.
Yeah, that's what I.
Show them the spy cameras on eBay. Here's one that you see a lot of. This guy right here. It's $12.59. It's 1080.
You should be able to cast. I've been able to do it twice now.
Oh. From what? From a phone?
Yeah, from my phone.
Motion activated.
From there
1080p.
to there?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It goes to this computer first and then to there. Jim found this on eBay. It's another laser tape measure thing.
Show them that guy on eBay. It's just a spy camera. You'll find it.
I don't even know what eBay is.
Spy cams of the house and see what the cats do all day.
There you go.
No, I'm wanting to do all that.
I've recalled my trail cameras, and they're actually in the cat room now because I'm having trouble triggering. They're not triggering lately for some reason. So I got them. I'm testing them.
It's so cold, there's not enough temperature difference from the CUV.
I got, but when it was cold, I got pictures of them in the snow.
Is that one?
Just both of them started.
You were asking.
Is that like a body cam?
Yeah.
It's all the menu where you set it to the motion trigger.
And you have a motion trigger itself.
Yeah, this is like this is
And did movies or
does it
pictures?
different? Yeah, it's like
That I don't know.
Okay. Either one's pretty good.
Motion
I
detect.
bet that's. I bet that's.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that's got an IR light,
Yeah.
4 IR LEDs on it as well.
Otherwise it's one thing.
Yeah. This little clip thing. I bet you could clip it to your pocket or something. It'd be like a body cam.
Here's one that Leroy's showing.
If they're still packaged.
1080p.
Yeah,
The ratings are not terribly high on those things, but they have some of them that do have reasonable ratings for, 15, 20 bucks. That one has infrared on the front,
Ooh, and it's local-ish.
and they have Wi-Fi on some of them, and they're like 35 bucks for a Wi-Fi version.
So you don't have to wait a month for it to get there then.
Oh, they're shipping a lot of this stuff. They're drop shipping a lot of these things
Depends on whether
these
you want to
days.
spend 12 bucks or 7 bucks.
Yeah, they put,
$8 from China.
they put
Probably.
inventory in the US since that's their primary market.
Yeah.
$8 from China or $12 from Chicago.
And there are tons of those. But my specific needs, I want one of them that will run off a battery and has infrared, and that combination, you can find them. But if you want something to run for a couple hours, those will, and it look like they're okay for that. But the battery will go bad on you. Go dead. Then some of them will run off a USB cable, so which means you can put a battery on it.
Yeah. Put an external.
External power
200
module.
milliamps, about 2 to 3 hours.
And some of them, and when they say it'll run while charging, that's important.
Yep.
Because most of them, that's new that they're starting.
So lo and behold, you throw a nice big battery like this in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Far more battery than you have camera.
Now I had one that was exactly what I wanted. It had a PIR on it, and it would sit there for weeks, and it was really good. It died on me. It won't talk USB anymore.
That white one that you brought in.
A little short one that I had. Not that wide. It did. I think it was 720p, but it was excellent, and audio and everything.
Yeah, ours is easy enough to get hold of.
The trail cams have audio. I just found out one of mine already had audio, the movies and audio and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, that one I haven't quite figured out. That was an interesting unit there. Wi-Fi IP. The rating is not good. I'd wait on that one.
So they DOAs. This is why they only have 2 stars.
But for my purposes, I have problems because I want night vision and movement, and you're not going to get that from any of these.
Ooh, a pinhole spy camera.
Well, there's a glass knockoff.
That
back
was-
up there.
That's,
There.
That's a camera inside a, like right here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like the Google Glass.
Oh, Glass had like an actual thing that you could see.
Well, it was on the side, yeah.
I got one that looks like a USB charger too. I noticed that. There it is.
And it is a USB charger.
Yeah,
Does both.
that too.
Does both.
They're getting bad.
So when your coworker steals your charger,
Yeah. Trouble with that one is you have to find it.
A camera in the fob.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Camera in the smoke detector. Camera in the glasses. Camera. You know, I used to think people were paranoid when they said stuff had cameras in it.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not so. That's not so true anymore.
Well, you can be persecuted and paranoid. Okay.
My VCR has a camera in it. No, it doesn't.
There's
Yes, it
your
does.
Mini car fob. That looks like the Mercedes car fob with a camera in it.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
know.
you don't go beneath the Lamborghinis. Is that what you're
I would see
saying?
the keys.
A camera in the power bank.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep. With night vision.
And Wi-Fi.
Oh, I like that one with the coat hook.
And the remote.
It's getting crazy.
make this drop your coworker's code.
Yeah,
They're on my hook.
Get somebody.
And they got them with the solar panels, Wi-Fi camera with the solar panel.
Could your trick hook you mess with your coworkers with? See whose code's hanging on it. Nope, not on that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was going to say. There you go.
The camera
It's
in the
like
pen.
It's like
The
Get
camera.
Smart.
Yeah, the old.
The camera in a light bulb.
Remember the old Get Smart, the camera, Don Adams?
Yeah.
Yes.
IP camera, yeah.
It's all coming
But is it
through.
Bluetooth too? Can you play music through it?
I had a pair of glasses like that. It just had a camera like in the
Yeah.
template. I broke it because I wanted to see how it worked.
Bandana strap that one on your head. Nobody will tell the difference, right?
Oh,
No, you know, an honest crook just can't make a living anymore. They're
Yeah.
always on Canadammer.
Oh, I just had my laptop.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
I was running motion.
Yeah, I knew you were going to question.
What about next